And she keeps trying to like connect with him and keeps like punching holes through walls and windows and shit. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then the like, I don't know, apex of that scene is that he turns uninvisible in the middle of kissing her cheek, and then he really spastically runs away and trips and falls.
I forgot about that, yeah.
And I was like, this went from really cool to like really fucking weird to really pathetic really quickly.
And like, had he not tripped, it's really creepy, but it like would have worked with the character of him being like, he pops in, kisses her, then leaves.
Yeah.
Because it would build the to use a pro wrestling term, the heat of getting the villain. Like, you want to see him get hit.
Yeah.
Then he probably biffs it right after. He's like, all right, this guy sucks.
I don't know. I think obviously you're supposed to dislike this guy, but you're supposed to feel a little bit sorry for him, like maybe. But the entire time that Helena is like prowling through the hallways, rather than being like, you misjudged my kindness when we were in high school, or trying to explain that to him or whatever, she just lays into him for 5 minutes, basically making fun of him for being an incel while trying to beat the shit out of him. And I thought that kind of missed the mark a little bit. That was a little weird.
I don't know what's more disturbing. The thought that you've harbored a psychotic crush for years. Or that after confessing to multiple murders, you still think you've got a shot.
I was gonna say, did you want to do a bit where we talk about what we liked about the characters? Because we did mention that. Or do you want to just keep on random shit?
We could get into characters.
Because I got a whole list, too, of like random goofy things. I literally titled it Dumb Shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of... My dumb shit list is very long. Two random things. I like the theme song more than I should.
Yes.
It's like...
I wrote that down, too. I actually liked it.
It's super 2000s. It's like this chick rock, Evanescence. I don't really know what's going on there.
I may have tried to find it on Spotify.
It has like 2 lines that they just repeat. Start a revolution and something else. And it's catchy somehow.
Yes.
I weirdly give them credit for that. The 2000s fashion was incredible. Everyone's wearing a belly shirt all the time. There's chokers everywhere. For some weird reason, which I think this is just the show, not the 2000s, half of Helena's costumes have Power Girl boob windows. That was quite frequent.
Yes.
The like one time Brett walked into me watching the show, she was like, this was from the early 2000s, wasn't it? And I was like, how do you know? And she's like, belly shirts and chokers. That's...
So, okay, on the fashion tip. So there's 2 things I want to talk about. One, people now, like, it's no big deal to flip on TV and you see The Flash in costume, Green Arrow in a costume, and then like you go back like 20 years, like, no! People will never accept them.
Yeah.
We gotta like spruce it up and be different. Hence why Smallville, Clark always wears a blue jacket or red jacket with the alternating shirt. They're like, see, it's got the costume.
Yeah. Whereas here, all anyone wears is shit straight out of the Matrix.
Yes, but I don't know if this was in the unaired pilot or in the actual pilot, but like Helena makes a few comments about it, and I thought it was actually kind of funny how they explained it away, because like Oracle's giving her a hard time, like, why don't you wear a costume? It's not protective. And she's like, I want to go clubbing afterwards. I'm not gonna be a fashion casualty.
It comes up a few times, because there's another episode where she's like, masks are itchy. I'm trying to be like tactical and an effective fighter. Like that shit like traps sweat and like, but it also becomes a very major plot point in the last like 3 episodes, I think, starting with the reunion one, and it carries forward that like, maybe if people know who you actually are, it could affect your personal life.
Yeah.
And then, yes, of course, that's what happens. Like, that's the entire point of a mask. And it's very weird how the show just kind of throws that
somehow that
away.
lesson from Bruce never made it down the grapevine
Or
from
Oracle?
Alfred. Well, at least Oracle tried.
I guess.
She tried a few times.
know.
I feel like in the series, we're at the point where Oracle's like, fine, just do what you want to do. I think you're dumb. Where Alfred's just being like, fuck it, man. You're good.
He's very supportive. I feel like there's a few
Yes.
times where he's like, she makes it work, then why should we parent her about it?
He was very much like the lovable old uncle, just like being supportive the entire time.
Yeah.
One other thing on the fashion, because I remember I made this note. So the one episode where the guy turned to water.
Slick.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I had a laugh because they're Huntress and Detective Reese. They get trapped in the sauna and they can't get out. And as it's going along, they just start like stripping their clothes off. They're like, look, she's hot, he's jacked.
I think I have a note in my episode 2 thing that was like Huntress and Reese, and then like subnote, both hot, underlined twice.
And on the fashion thing, it's made me laugh because it's like, as someone who plays sports and works out, I see a fair amount of females in activewear.
Right.
I've never seen one in the gym just doing bench presses in like a lacy ass bra. Or I'm sure if we called up our friends that run an MMA gym, because she has this like very like Victoria's Secret bra, and I'm like, okay, I know what you're trying to do, but
if form and function is what you were going with, like a leather trench coat was like not going to be a high up on anyone's list. Yet her, Darkstrike, and Dinah all just wear leather trench coats when Dinah eventually...
Dinah, eventually just has, full pleather everything.
Hers is more Matrix than anyone else's, probably. She looks like she just stole Trinity's costume and didn't keep the sunglasses.
Never got a code name, though. Was that
no,
weird
she
to you?
didn't. That is weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. Why did they ever bother with that?
Especially since, as you noted, the last 3 episodes, you gotta protect her identity. Except for you, kid. You're fine.
Yeah,
you're good.
And her mom is Black Canary, and people at this point have found out who Black Canary is, and there's an entire mob family that's trying to kill Black Canary and hurt her. Dinah should probably protect herself.
Yeah.